Konnichiwa friends, welcome back to the Fat Life Project. If you've clicked on this video, there's a very good chance that you're planning a trip to Japan. And if that is the case, you're gonna have to get real familiar real fast with the Tokyo train systems, as it is gonna be your lifeline to exploring this wonderful city. Lucky for you, today's video is gonna be a beginner's guide to Japan trains. From a beginner to a beginner. In today's video, I am going to be covering everything from a 101 to understanding how the Japan train networks are set up, how to locate your platform despite any language barriers, the travel pass that you're going to need to ride the trains, all the way to the apps that I recommend you download in order to optimize your travel experience. My goal is to have you navigating the Japan train systems like a seasoned local by the end of this video. So let's get into it. Let's start with understanding how the train networks are set up. One look at the Japan train network map has the capability of giving you instant headaches, but in this next section, I'm going to show you a much simpler way to understand their train systems, be it in Osaka, Kyoto, or Tokyo. Let's use the Japan subway map as an example. When you zoom in on this map, you will observe a couple of things. The train system comprises of 13 lines operated by Tokyo Metro and Toei. Every line within the network is noted with an alphabet. For example, the Ginza line is noted with the alphabet G. When you zoom in on any line, you will see that each station along the line is noted with a number. For example, the Asakasa Mitsuke station is noted with the code G05, meaning that it is the 5th station along the Ginza line. This number and alphabet combination is particularly helpful for a couple of reasons. For one, the station names can be quite hard to pronounce if you are not a native Japanese speaker like myself and maybe you. So if you're giving directions to someone that you're traveling with or someone that you're going to meet up with, or if you're asking for directions, this alphabet and number combination will allow you to ask or give directions despite any language barriers. But this alphabet and number combination is also helpful in helping you work out if you're on the correct platform. Allow me to demonstrate. You see, you will see signs that look like this at every platform. This red one here says that it's going from M07 to M25. So let's say that I'm headed for the Kasumi Gesiki station, which is M15. As M15 is in between the range of M07 to M25, I am therefore on the correct platform headed in the correct direction. Thirdly, Google Maps also uses the same alphabet and number combination when plotting out your routes. And you're going to want to listen up because this part is particularly important when you're navigating through huge stations such as Tokyo, Shibuya, and Shinjuku. Let's use the example here. As you can see, you will need to enter the station via entry C4. This is important because if you enter via the wrong entry, you could be walking for a long time to locate your platform. Once you've entered via the correct entry point, which again in this example is C4, you want to be looking out for these 3 things. First is signage for the Oedo line, which is easily identifiable by the color of the line. And then see if you can find the Nerima/Hikari-Gaoka words, which are usually located underneath the line. Make sure that you're headed for the correct platform. Sometimes both can be hard to locate, so the third thing you can look out for is the platform number. They are all things that sound simple enough, but trust me, if you're new to the network, you're gonna need some time to get used to it. And as such, I would recommend you add 10 to 15 minutes to whatever Google Maps is recommending to your travel time. Alright, so we now have an understanding of how Japan trains work. Let's now talk travel passes, which is what you're gonna need in order to be able to ride the trains. And if you've been doing your research for your trip, you most probably would have already come across the JR Pass, aka the Japan Rail Pass. And the $1,000,000 question is, do I need a JR Pass? To cut a long story short, unless you're planning a lot of intercity trips, examples of intercity trips include Tokyo to Osaka, Tokyo to Kyoto, etc., then the JR Pass is not going to be worth it for you as their prices increased by as much as 70% since last year. As a result, if you only plan on doing say 1 or 2 intercity trips and for the rest of the time would be staying within a city, it would actually work out cheaper for you to get the bullet train tickets independently and then just use a Japan IC card such as a SUICA or PASMO for the rest of your trip. fact, a SUICA or PASMO is all you need if you plan to stay within one city for your entire trip. So what is a SUICA or PASMO? Well, they are both rechargeable e-money cards that you can use on all forms of transportation in Japan, including trains, subways, and buses. These contactless cards simplify the payment process. Simply tap and go. That's not all they do, as they are e-money cards. You can also use them to make payments at convenience stores, vending machines, and I even used it to rent a locker at the station. There is also, FYI, no notable differences between a SUICA or PASMO. They're the same thing. Sounds great, Steve. So where can I get one? Well, your best bet would be at the arrivals of both the Narita and Haneda airports. I myself got a regular SUICA, but did you know there is also a welcome SUICA? The welcome SUICA is essentially made for travelers who do not plan to return to Japan. It is valid for 28 days and you will lose any balance that's remaining on the card after the 28 days have lapsed. A regular SUICA, however, is valid from its last use but will require a deposit of 500 yen. Very similarly, there is a PASMO and a PASMO passport. The PASMO passport is basically the equivalent of the welcome SUICA. It is valid for 28 days. You do not need to put down a deposit of 500 yen, but you will lose any balance that's remaining on the card once the 28 days have lapsed. And similarly, the regular PASMO has a validity of 10 years from the time of its last use, but will require you to put down a 500 yen deposit. Availability of SUICA and PASMO physical cards are quite unpredictable at the moment due to the IC card shortage issue in Japan. However, if this happens to you, do not fret. Did you know that you can activate and top up a digital SUICA or PASMO within your Apple Wallet? It is super straightforward to do. Simply search for SUICA or PASMO within the Apple Wallet, top up using your Apple Pay, and you're good to go. Alright, you are almost there. You now understand the Japan train system and you also now have your Japan IC card. Let's now talk about some apps that will help enhance your travel experience. There's nothing more annoying than going to tap your card at the station entrance and realizing that you've completely run out of balance. And so if you want to find out how much balance you've got on your SUICA or PASMO while you're on the go, you need to download the Japan Card app. Simply place your card underneath the phone like so, and voila! If you didn't already know this, you're welcome. You already know about your best friend Google Maps, but if you do happen to be using a JR Pass, a Regional Pass, or a Travel Pass equivalent instead of a SUICA or PASMO, it may be worthwhile downloading the Japan Travel app. The Japan Travel app will basically give you all the route options with an additional filter that allows you to see if your travel pass covers the particular route. Pretty nifty, huh? I'm Steve from the Fat Life Project, a food and travel channel dedicated to creating recommendations and fat guides just like this one to help you simplify the research and planning for your upcoming trips to cities around the world. I do hope that this has helped demystify the Japan train system for you and you now have everything you need in order to navigate through the Japan train systems like a seasoned local. And if it indeed has, don't forget to subscribe for more guides just like this one, and also to give this video a like, as it really does help pacify the YouTube algorithm gods, but also it does make my day as a content creator. If you're still wondering if you need a JR Pass, I have previously done a video breaking down the elements that you will need to consider before getting one. I will link it at the end of this video so that you can go ahead and watch that next. And if you have any feedback or further questions, feel free to drop me a comment in the comment section, as I do love hearing from you. Do hope that you have a fantastic day ahead, or that you've already had a good day. I will see you very soon in the next video. Ciao!
Guys, I'm just at the Shin Okonomiyaki station